Hey all, Las Vegas poker professional Kenneth James here with Poker Shorts and educational tips on how to take your poker game to the next level. Today's topic, becoming a student of the game. So today we're going to talk about how to become a good student, what you're going to need to do, and what you should be studying in order to take your game to the next level. A student, right? If you look it up in the dictionary, it's just one who studies. But I said a good student, which I differentiate as someone who not only studies, but studies to apply. Many times people are studying materials and they don't really have a purpose behind it, or they don't know how to apply it. So they're in this endless soup of confusion and sometimes interesting facts, and that's where the yawning starts. If they start reading or studying something they don't fully understand. We, to be a good student, are always studying to apply. Knowledge without application is useless. So we always have an end goal. How are we going to apply this? How are we going to make this practical in our game? The first thing then we need to do is make a decision to become a student of the game. All the greats do it. All the greats in the game that I've played with, from Phil Ivey, Daniel Negreanu, they have studied the game. They're not just players of the game. They studied it, why this works, why this doesn't work. So the first thing you need to do is make a decision. I am a student of the game of poker. So you understand what that means. It's different than just a fan or an enthusiast, somebody who sits back on the couch with a bowl of popcorn and watches poker go or watches YouTube videos. That's more of entertainment and fan base. It's much different when somebody watches a video and they stop it, as I've trained my students to do, in between the hand and start thinking about what you would do. Put yourself in that player's shoes and what you would do and why, and then hit the play button and see if it's the same as what that person did, and try and understand their thinking and understand their reasoning. There's a lot more participation involved when you're a student as opposed to just form of entertainment. The next thing you want to do is you want to set up the particular area or the place in which you're going to study so you can control the environment. Couch? No. Bedroom? No. That's where you sleep. That's where you watch TV and entertainment. A desk with resources, a computer, maybe a piece of felt and some cards and chips or whatever. Absolutely. The next thing is to define your parameters of your studies. So it's not general. I'm going to study poker. Yeah, but now the mind is all over the place because there's a million different things you can study in this game, right? So we've got to put limiters on it and say, let's say, for example, you're going to study, I want to study aggression poker. Now we have a topic. So your mind is then going to start focusing on those things. And you can go to a number of resources, whether, that's Poker News, Card Player, or YouTube. But you're now focused on trying to disseminate this information based on the topic that you're studying. And then you get on with it. You start gathering the data, from trusted sources. So, go with trusted sources or what your coach tells you, stuff that you should be reading or and bounce that off so that, you're getting good information coming in. Then you want to go ahead and complete that cycle on that study session. Decide on your conclusions. Aggression in poker, your conclusion is aggression in poker is winning poker. All right, you've made that determination for yourself. Don't just take somebody else's determination or conclusion. Decide for yourself. It could be something more personal. I need to balance my aggression with passive play to in order to confuse and keep my opponents guessing. That's your conclusion from your studies. Maybe it's even more specific and personal. After studying this, for the past hour and really looking at my own game, I understand now that when faced with a raise pre-flop, I should be three betting half of that amount of time. So, you now have a parameter in which you can gauge your aggression level. So every time you're faced with a two bet, if you're calling more than 50% of the time, you're being too passive. If you're raising 3 out of 4 times, maybe you're too aggressive. Whatever you found in your study for yourself of what level you're trying to get at, that comes out of your study. Now, training is different. Training, like on a training site that I work with, Advanced Poker Training is a great resource for that. You actually, or whether you go out in a real game, you're now going to apply that which you've learned. That's a whole separate topic. We'll be getting into it. But right now, it's just about studying and becoming a serious student of the game. On to what to study. Well, first of all, there's the three majors, right? Game selection, bankroll management, and then the fundamental techniques and strategies of how you play your hand. So those are all great areas in which to study. A lot of people just default into the fundamental techniques, and that's a great place to start. How to play your draws, how to play small and tiny pairs, when to slow play, tournament strategies versus cash game strategies. So pick an area of focus and go in that direction. Becoming a student of the game, very necessary if you want to take your game to the next level. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you want more info on this topic or anything else on coaching, don't hesitate to reach out to me at kennajames.com. That's my email, Kenna, Kenna, at kennajames.com. Now get on with it. Go out, begin your poker studies so that you can take your game to the next level.